Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Morphin Monday Lightning Collection review. This time I got a double review of the Lost Galaxy Yellow and the Lost Galaxy Pink Ranger. Lost Galaxy Yellow was a fan channel exclusive and Lost Galaxy Pink was a standard retail release. Both of these figures retailed for about $24.99 give or take, just depends on where you get them. I got both of mine from Hasbro Pulse for about, I think it was $18 each. They should still be on sale there, so pretty good for both of these, I would say. Both other boxes are very similar, although yellow, because it was a fan channel exclusive, it's a bit more detailed, I would say. This one's kind of just a basic art, whereas this one kind of has like an explosion aftermath. And then there's the top of that box, and then on the side of the box here, you have both of them, and one has a white background, one has the yellow. And then on the back of the boxes, you can see what they come with, etc. So yeah, that's a box. It's pretty standard, typical Lightning Collection box. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our accessories. Let's do pink first, since she's closer. So you get some pairs of hands. So you get the holding hands. I actually broke that one. So you kind of see how there's like this little mushroom piece. Yeah, that broke off by my own accident. I accidentally bent it and it just came off. But it is still able to fit in there. I'm still able to take it out. I'm just a bit careful with it. So if you have any issues with that, just so you know. And then she comes with a left fist and a right karate chop hand. Also, here's the alternate head, and I think this does look a lot like Hendrix. But what's best is it comes with a pair of glasses. Although I do find these to be a little too thick, and they stretch out her little hair strands on the side. And trying to get this in place so it actually looks like it's on properly was also a bit of a challenge. I kind of just have to, finesse it until it's where you kind of want it. But you can see on the ears, it's not where you would want it. You'd want it above the ear, ideally. But, it's still nice they included a pair of glasses, and they mostly fit. But you'd have to shave down either the glasses or cut a bigger notch into these hair pieces so that they don't get bent over time. But yeah, I mean, they look good. They're fine. I'm going to leave those on. Next couple of not effect pieces. Accessories, you get I forgot to look up the name of this before I started recording, but this is the Transdagger form for her, and it is painted on both sides, so I do appreciate that. I want to say it's something bow. Like there's Cosmoclaw, there's there's the other ones, but I want to say it's like something Bebo. If you guys know, just leave it in the comments because I forget, obviously. Lastly, you get an effect piece for the Quasar Saber extended form, which we have seen before, but maybe not in this particular color. It's kind of a nice, like, aquamarine blue. On camera, it looks just like blue. And speaking of the Quasar Saber, this one does not like to come out of there. But you get her particular version with it's not a lion, it's a tiger. I think it's a tiger. I forget what animal it is, but molded in this kind of like meh gold color. All the other ones are painted gold. I don't know why they decided to mold this in gold and paint it white and black. It's the only one that's like that. I'm gonna leave this in here. On my particular copy, it's very tight, so if you do get a Lost Galaxy Pink, just be noteful of that. And yeah, so that's Lost Galaxy Pink and her accessories. Now let's move on to Yellow. Yellow comes with this alternate head, which I think looks okay. It looks a little bit worse in person. To me, it feels a little dead, like she's a little drunk. But like from this angle, I think it looks very good. From other angles, not so much. But the hair is good. It's good likeness to the hair. It's okay. Show that to the side. Next up, you have a pair of these posing hands for Yellow. They kind of also act as holding hands, but they're not very strong. So you know, and comes with a left karate chop hand instead of a right karate chop hand. So between the two of them, they actually have a pair of karate chop hands. I do like that. Get all the swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Next up, yellow comes with the holstered form of the Quasar Saber, which does have her logo in there, although it's printed in gold. Kind of strange, again. And lastly, she comes with the, what's this called? The bazooka. She comes with the bazooka. What is its name? Man, see, this is why I should always remember to look things up before I do these reviews. And that comes with an effect piece, which is reused, but it is molded in 2 different colors, so I do like that. And it's a bit heavy on her. You know, the male rangers can hold this pretty good, but she has kind of a weak holding hand, and it does not want to hold this. It just falls out. I don't even need to try to stand her up. But, you know, you can do it. I am holding her feet right now, but let me see if I can get her to stand like this. I think there's just too much weight on this thing. There you go. You can get her to stand up with it, but there's just so much weight on it, I don't recommend it. And what I do appreciate about this bazooka, as I'm calling it, because I forget the name again, is that it does extend, so you can do the melee with it. But again, it's a bit big and a bit heavy. One other thing I wanted to point out was the stickers on this. As you can see, the glue did not adhere to the plastic and instead adhere to the sticker, and it looks terrible. It really looks terrible. If it was towards the tip of the bazooka, because I can't remember the name of it, but if it was towards the tip, I would be a little bit better with it looking like this, because like flamethrowers, for example, the tip of them, they kind of like degrade and from the heat. So, you know, I could see that being okay here, but it's just in such a random place and it doesn't look good. Also, if you notice, I had to put a piece of clear tape on this. There you go. You can kind of see the outline, but I had to put a piece of clear tape on both ends because the glue didn't adhere properly. I had to basically just tape it down so that it wouldn't move. I would contact Hasbro about this, but I can't be bothered. It's whatever. Like, I'm probably not going to have this on display anyway, and if I do, she's not going to be holding it up like, you know, the cannon, whatever it's called. Oh yeah, she doesn't come with the extended form of the Quasar Saber. I thought that was pretty annoying. Anyway, since we have yellow here, let's start with her. The helmet sculpt, it's mostly good, but I want to point out that up here, this black should just be like a triangle. Instead, it's like you have a triangle on top of a small rectangle. It should all be just a straight line from the tip here to where this black part is. I don't know why it's painted like that, but other than that, paintwork is pretty good on here. Although she does have a weird blemish on the side of her helmet there. I'm not sure why. She does come with the new arms, but everything else is old. But what is weird is what Kendrix can do is she can actually twist her forearm here, as you can see. But with Maya, it's all one piece. I do not know why they did that. It's very strange. They gave her the new molds, but not the forearm mold. I don't know what they were doing with this figure. I do actually prefer this look for the you know, the up and down lines, and of course it doesn't continue to the back. None of them do, as far as I'm aware. So at least that's consistent. The Ginga Man logo, the V logo, looks fine. Nothing to complain about there. Maybe a little bit of overspray on the black, but it's not really that noticeable. She does come with the old pin legs, but again, pinless arms. And she does come with the old neck joint, which mine was very stiff. So if you go to take off the head, just be very careful that it, you know, nothing happens to that. And my figure out of the package was like this. Like, the legs were so bad, I had to heat this up and then put it in some cool water. It's still not to where I want it, but it's good enough to where she can stand, and that's really all I care about. You know, I can set her down, not worry about her. But trying to put her in a different stand bows out the legs, and it looks very odd. Anyway, here's Kendrix. This helmet sculpt is perfect in my opinion. They did not mess anything up here. I never noticed these sideburns on the helmet, but sure enough, they are there. in the shell. Nothing out of the ordinary, no messy or sloppy paint. Here's the torso on her, and like I said, I prefer those squiggly lines. They look better. However, I think these ones are more in line with the guys' squiggly lines. The skirt piece is good here. Again, this is tight. Just be careful. She does come with the new legs, the new arms, and as you can see, she comes with the new neck piece, which is separate to the torso, and depending on how you look at it, gives her more range of movement, and you can pivot the head on top of the ball joint, so not too bad. However, mine at the upper torso, it's like loose but also sturdy. It doesn't like, it's not very friction heavy. Like there's not a lot of friction in here, but there's just enough where it holds its pose. And trying to line it up with the squiggly lines is a little bit of a challenge, but it can be done. Articulation wise, they have the exact same articulation that you would expect, except her neck is different and she has the wrist swivel. So there you go. And I do appreciate just how deep the butterfly joint is. I wish it was a bit better forward, but given how small the upper torso is, it'd probably be difficult to accomplish that. So, Lost Galaxy Yellow and Pink. Let's go ahead and get some size comparisons. On the box, it says they are 5.82 and 5.78, 5.82 and 5.78 respectively. So let's see if that holds up. Yeah, she's a little shorter. She's just a touch taller, probably because of that neck joint. Let's go ahead and start off with some other Rangers. So we got quite a few yellows here. We have the other fan channel exclusive they released alongside her, SPD Yellow. We have the next wave's RPM Yellow. If I can get her to stand up. She has issues standing up. I just got her in the mail not too long ago. We have In Space Pink next to Lost Galaxy Pink. And we have Dino Charge Pink next to Lost Galaxy and In Space Pink. Good, just good female figures here. They each have their own individual issue, mostly coming down to the accessories or lack thereof, and SPD Pink having an inaccurate visor. But yeah, glad to have all of these yellow and pink Rangers, mostly the yellows. We were struggling with yellow Rangers for a while, so I'm glad that my shelf can be a bit more yellow Ranger friendly. But let's get these four out of the way here, and then we will take a look at some more figures, but from different lines this time. Gotta get my boy in here, Trocitus. He's looking down on them. We had the AEW and Rival Target exclusive Samoa Joe. We have the G.I. Joe Tiger Force Outback. We have the Marvel Legends Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We have Dino Thunder Black, also from the Lightning Collection. Arkham City Gold Label Batman, McFarlane Toys. We have WWE Elite 100 John Cena. And we have the Halo Jazzwares Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection. I think they scale pretty well with Marvel Legends MCU figures, but anything a comic book, probably not. Maybe. But yeah, there's some size comparisons with some other figures. Now, what I think most of you have been waiting for, we got the team photo op here. Oop, Trocitus almost fell. He was angry that he wasn't getting included more in the video. Alright, let's get all these figures out of here. And let's see how the Lost Galaxy team looks all together. With their Quasar Sabers minus Maya. We'll stick this bazooka in here. Quasar Launcher. Took me this long to realize it was called the Quasar Launcher. Don't need to put it in the comments. It's the Quasar Launcher, right? Now I'm having doubts. Alright. Let's get them posed here properly. Okay, let's go in what I think is release order. It may be a little bit out of order, but generally it went like this. So we have Magna Defender back here. He was a part of Wave 2. We have the 2-pack Red Ranger. We have Blue, who is part of Wave 9, I want to say. Wave 9 sounds right. Just trying to make sure that no one falls here. And lastly, we have Lost Galaxy Green, which I think was Wave 12. One of the last of the open boxes, or the plastic screen boxes. But yeah, good to have another complete team in the Lightning collection, even if their accessories are not complete. Red never got his Trans Dagger form. Yellow, of course, didn't get her Trans Dagger form, or the extended form of the Quasar Saber. And blue, green, and pink did not get their Quasar launchers. Which, yeah, that sucks, but I mean, it'd be so easy to do a weapons pack with these team. You know, give us pink, green, and blue Quasar launchers. Give yellow her Quasar Saber. Give red and yellow their Trans Daggers forms, and we'd be set. But how would I rank pink and yellow? Pink is great. Highly recommend. Go out and buy it. Yellow is so disappointing. I think it's one of the worst releases in the line. I have too many issues with it, and while it's good that we have a Yellow Ranger, I basically have to buy one of these other figures to get a Quasar Saber for her to hold, which sucks. And it's inaccurate because it'll have the wrong, animal print on it, which just sucks. But regardless, it is nice that we still got the figure so that we have the option to actually have a full team, or if we just want the Yellow Ranger. But that's how I feel about those two figures. As a whole, this team looks pretty good. The only major issue I have is the golds being different between them. I think that this one's more of a bronzest gold, which I kind of prefer. And then blues is a little too bright. Hers isn't painted gold. She basically doesn't have any gold. And I think green is probably the best release of all of these, just in general. Good head sculpts, good articulation, just looks the best. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what other figures you want to see me review, or anything else, food, etc. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.